Whoa. That's crazy. Just said it's out, man.
Well, I feel like we just didn't execute the way we wanted to. You know, there were some things that we felt like we just didn't play the way that we should. You know, credit to them, they're a very great defense. You know, they filled gaps well. Their D line was very physical. But at the end of the day, it's us against us, and we just didn't execute the way that we should have.
How much of a plan is the run game?
Well, I feel like the run game's a point of emphasis every week. You know, it isn't. We don't just turn it off week after week. You know, it's another week, another way to run the ball in an effective way. So we're just trying to get back to what we did before. It was just a miscommunication on my part. You know, it was something that we worked all week, and I just didn't execute the way I should have.
Donovan, what's it take to kind of snap back after just to kind of settle into the flow?
Well, it goes back to the brotherhood of this place. You know, after that happened, you know, I came off the sideline and everyone was like, "Yo, like we're good." Like early in the game, like you got this. Like try not to let this rattle you. So having the brothers next to me, telling me like, "Yeah, like calm down, you're fine." So it was one of those things that I really appreciate the guys next to me for. I feel like it helps. You know, it isn't like it's like the silent treatment. They're more like, "Hey man, like we're all right. It just calm down."
How down were you?
I mean, I certainly wasn't ecstatic about it, but it was just one of those things that you just had to, you know, register it, learn from it, and move on and play the next snap.
Hey, Donovan, do you think
You guys have been rolling so well all season offensively. What was the first offensive line meeting like this week? Looking at that film, critiquing that game, was it different, 5 different tones this week?
Well, it was more of a just seeing our mistakes and learning from it. You know, we put a lot of uncharacteristic things in the film, so we just had to correct it. You know, because obviously it's a big week coming up, and so we just had to correct what we did, correct what we did wrong in practice, and just grow from it.
Just looking at Penn State's defense,
well, they're a very physical group. You know, they're very fast. They fly around. It's going to be a tough challenge for the O-line, but you know, that's just one of those things about these type of games. You know, you just have to get after it.
making your first trip to Penn State, is that something you're looking forward to?
Yeah, you know, it's my first trip to Penn State, so I'm very excited.
Well, how do you kind of maybe psych yourself up for a big road game?
If you psych yourself up, you know, it's you turn it into something that isn't. You know, they're a very, very talented team, very aggressive team, but at the end of the day, you just gotta play Ohio State football. You know?
Donovan, has the running game been figured out? Do you think have defenses figured it out based on what Iowa was able to do? Do you think?
I just felt like we just weren't able to execute during that game, so it's just trying to get back on the film, seeing what we did wrong, and just fix it during the week. This week, rather.
What's it like watching that film?
I mean, watching the film, there was obviously a lot of stuff we didn't do to the standard that we thought we should have done. So it's just trying to fix it and fix it fast.
Does it make you feel better that there are answers at least? Like, is that a thing where it's like you've seen what went wrong, you have the answers? Is that better than we have no answers for this? I guess. Like, do you feel like you have the answers?
Right. You know, we felt like we had solutions, and it's just up to us to execute it.
At all of what Michigan did to Penn State as an offensive line, the way they ran the ball on them, or do you guys just kind of stick to what you're doing and look at Penn State?
No, we're focusing on Penn State right now. You know, we're just focusing on what we can do to put our guys in the best position to succeed.
Well, I guess I'll rephrase that in the sense of, like, do you look at what Michigan succeeded at and kind of think of, like, this is what Penn State struggled with in this game, and maybe this is some of the ways that we can have success against them?
Well, it's no, we saw what they did, but it's more of what we can do as Ohio State. You know, obviously we saw what they did, but that's what they did. We're trying to see what we can do.
Last question.
When the running game didn't get off to the start that you wanted to, and even there were some interceptions from C.J. Stroud at the start, and you were still able to put up 54 at the end of the day. What do you think the message was that Ohio State was able to send to teams around the country that we may start out slow, but we'll still put up big numbers against you guys?
Well, I think it just showed our team's resilience. Obviously, there were a lot of plays across the board that we just didn't execute to the standard that we thought, but we just kept fighting, kept digging, and we just eventually found the end zone. But it's just a lot of stuff to clean up on.
All right. Thanks,
Thanks,
Donovan.
Donovan.
Thanks, Donovan.